Good afternoon. It's a dull, wet, and, well, it's mizzly and dull day. Temperature's about 10 degrees, which is quite high, and I'm down in Newtownards in Court Square, and there's a lot of World War I and World War II memorial tributes here. And here's one to the 36th Ulster Division World War I Centenary Walk Memorial. And you can read that for yourself. In memory of the County Down Battalion of the 108 Brigade of the 36th Ulster Division, and their departure from their training grounds in Clandyboy Estate, 1915. And so many young lives were taken in that battle of the Somme and the follow-up battles. And this is the War Memorial. And this is really good. The back of this seat remembers the sacrifice of those First World War heroes. And that's the Newtownards Priory, dating from what, 12th, 13th century, and I have never got into it, and I aim to get into it sometime, but there you go. Unfortunately, these things are generally speaking locked up, but there's a new memorial tribute to be found here, and it's been unveiled a couple of weeks ago, and this is why I'm here. And this memorial tribute is dedicated to the memory of Polish airmen who lost their lives in the Battle of Britain and other theatres of war during the Second World War. And also in memory of number 315, city of Deblinski, number 303, Warsaw-Kosciuszko, city of Warsaw, Polish fighter squadrons stationed at RAF Ballyhalbert, and all the members of the Polish forces buried in Northern Ireland. And this is a little tribute to those guys. And there's a card here that I just can't get. And I'll just leave it back the way it was. And unfortunately, because of time, the contribution and sacrifice of these Polish airmen who were based in County Down and at Ballyhalbert in particular, and the contribution of Poland in trying to fight against the Nazis in the Second World War, this contribution, like other contributions, is unless we make a record of it, and unless there's tributes like this dotted around the place, our young new rising generation will not know. And it's good that this tribute is here. So that was unveiled quite recently, and whenever you dander around, especially in the east of Northern Ireland, in around County Down and Antrim, especially in Belfast, you will come across an awful lot of Polish people. And maybe if you ever get into a conversation with them, you could mention that you know about the contribution that Polish airmen and Polish soldiers made in fighting the German Nazis at the time of the Second World War. And in the borough of Newtownards, there are approximately 500 Polish people living. And that's remarkable, absolutely remarkable. And in the whole of Northern Ireland, apparently, there are 5,000 Polish people living. And every time I go down and do a bit of bird watching around the Victoria Park, I notice the Polish accents. And here, this is the War Memorial tribute to the guys who laid down their lives in the Second World War. I don't know if there's a First World War. And there were so many of these guys, so many. There's the tribute to the guys who laid down their lives in the First World War. That's an excellent sculpture. Excellent. And you can see all the different regiments, Royal Artillery Association, and such like, and other ones, other crests, remembering these guys.